Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And before we get into exactly what you're watching on the screen here, I just want to remind everyone that today is the last day to submit your replays. You should be seeing this on Saturday the 15th. And again, the replay is for the replay contest, the oh crap moments. First place is $20 worth of doubloons. I choose that one. And then second place, which is viewer's choice, gets $10 worth of doubloons. Now, if you're outside of North America, I understand there's some finicky things with the transfer of doubloons and gifts across servers. So you need to have a PayPal account. Just make sure you have a PayPal account. It's free, easy to set up. You don't have to pay anything for it. So make sure you have one of those. And I'm telling you guys, from what I've been looking through these replays so far, it's going to be a tough choice for me because y'all have been sitting in some good stuff. So anyway, make sure you get those replays sent in because after today, I won't be accepting anymore. I've got a bunch I got to watch through already. So just again, get those in. And you start seeing them being released over the next coming weeks. I'm going to narrow it down to 5. And then from there, I'm going to pick the winner after all 5 have been uploaded up on the channel for at least a couple of days. Probably the winner will be announced a day or two after the 5th replay has been uploaded to the channel. And then I will also give you guys that time to, I guess I may set up a survey or I may just count the comments on which ones you guys like for the viewer's choice. So what you're seeing on there on the screen, that is me in my curve first, or is that from my point of view? Because I wasn't actually recording when this game was happening. I was just out for fun. I'd been grinding up. I'm actually grinding up the Russian cruiser line now. For those of you that do not know, I'm currently on the shores, and I've been having some pretty crap games. I was on I think it was an 11-game losing streak, and then I just got so aggravated. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm gonna take out the curve first. And then I ran into this match, in which I ran into BadPanda over here in his Yamato. And, well, as you guys will see, this match becomes a rather good match for me. But let's go take a look at what Random's doing right now, because it doesn't kick off for me for a couple of minutes. So Panda's over here in his Yamato. He is currently in kite mode. And he's currently getting spanked. And again, you're going to see a lot of replay bugs through this. I mean, look, his guns were facing the opposite direction of which they fired, those magic Japanese homing shells. He's rocking the high school fleet camo for the Yamato, which I actually really like this camo. In World War II, Japan really kept their ships really clean, didn't have much identification. I don't think they had any whole ID numbers on them at all, because I'm assuming that's just they want to confuse the Americans and the rest of the Allies. But it's a very nice camo, that blue stripe, very minimalistic. I like it. So it's like he's trying to do a Shimakaze right now. Oh, that's a nice pins on that Shimakaze. Even after the AP nerf, Yami can still spank the crap out of destroyers. Looks like he's got, I believe that's another Shimakaze up there, providing him with some spotting and some torpedo support. And again, I watch all these clips back in Shotcut, which is my editing software. So these clips play back at like 40p, 30 FPS, so not the best quality. So if I misidentify some ships, it's not because it's because I can't see their names. I may have some jingoisms. And there's some torpedoes from that Shimakaze. I'm sorry if you hear some noise in the background. My family's around right now, and they're talking very, very loudly. And there's nothing you can do about them. So that was kind of a close torpedo salvo right there. He dodged it pretty well. And that may not seem close by some cruisers and destroyers standards, but the Yamato is not a very maneuverable ship. I'll leave it at that. As you can see, the team's kind of pushing through sea right now, but they've actually stopped. Because I'm going back over to my curve first now because it's about to kick off over there. And we'll keep tabs on Random. And also, you're going to see me messing with the replay controls a lot during this because, You know, I'm just trying to familiarize myself with the controls because I'm going to have to record 5 replays. And I want it to be good quality. So this, you can see this as the test run of me watching replays. Well, not watching replays, but filming them in interesting angles and such. So I'm heading over to see, well, me and the camera, heading over to see where the majority of our force is at. And we've kind of lemming trained over here. And I've said this before, lemming trains can work if the team commits to the push. Because a pushing team, you know, a pushing force which the majority of the team facing a smaller opposing enemy force can absolutely steamroll them with minimal damage done to the team, because there's a bunch of targets for the enemy team to shoot at. Really cinematic sweep over the mountains right here. There's a lot of targets for the enemy team to shoot at. If they don't focus targets down, they're not gonna be able to deal with them. And I just dodged those deep water torpedoes right there. Unfortunately, my friend in the Bismarck here didn't. So 2 German battleships pushing. Very, very cinematic shot right here. I probably should have turned the HUD off. It would have been a really cool shot. You'd be surprised how pretty this game is when you can play with the camera angles and stuff. I have to give it to Wargaming. They made a very pretty game. And it's held up pretty well because this game is, I think it's like 3 or 4 years old by now. So I'm pushing, and there is actually a Yu-Yang smoked up in front of me. That's why you're going to see me continue to push kind of straight. I'm going to slow down and stop here because I want to see there's the HE from that Yu-Yang, because I want to throw his torpedoes off. So BadPanda has, you know, if you look at the mini-map there, he's got 3 or 4 ships pushing him. His teammates have kind of bailed on him or kiting away, but he said, no, I'm going to do as much damage as I can before I get taken out. And you see he's got a Kurfürst pushing up on him, and Kurfürst wishes the Yamato at close range. Yamato's got big guns, but I'm sorry, Kurfürst is just a better brawler. I'm not saying you can't out-brawl a Kurfürst and Yamato. I've done it before. It's just very hard to do, and you usually need most of your health intact, which unfortunately BadPanda is already down to half health. I'm sure he could have dealt with it if he had more health and maybe a couple more ships over there giving him some more support, but he's just way too overwhelmed. But he does a good job, as you'll see, of taking out as many of them taking out as much health from that Kurfürst as he can before he goes down. So anyway, me and the Kurfürst, I've stopped because that Yu-Yang's right there. There's the Tirpitz to my right. If you notice, BadPanda just set a fire on the Kurfürst with one of his secondaries. So again, playing with the camera angles here. I'm dealing with that. I'm positioned between, I believe it's a Baltimore and a Tirpitz with my secondaries, because you know the secondaries can certainly deal with the Baltimore no problem. But Tirpitz is also, it's a Tirpitz. It's a very scary ship to be close to you, even in another German battleship, because of its torpedoes, and it's good secondaries and pretty good main battery guns as well. I ate 1 torpedo from the Yu-Yang there, and this is where I start to turn around, and hey, there he goes. BadPanda did manage to take out that Kurfürst and his Yamato. That one fire his secondary set did the job, so good job, Panda, there. So now our team is finally pushed up with me. So I'm falling back now because, and there we go, he's, BadPanda switched over to spectating me, and I was just going to leave it on his point of view, but as you can notice it was kind of jerky, so I just went to the free cam and just left it locked onto my ship. So friendlies have pushed up, I'm falling back to rejoin the main fleet, because I've done my fair share of tanking so far. Yeah, here comes the rest of the team finally. And this is what battleships are really meant to do. You're meant to get up there in the front, tank for your team. You know, not a battleship. A measure of battleship success isn't just in how much damage they do. It's the amount of taking they've done, the amount of attraction they draw away from their teammates, and that's really any ship. Really, any ship can draw attention away from your teammates, and that's a very good thing for you to do. You know, you'll see destroyers do it a lot if one of their teammates is low on health, you know, and they've been stealthy the entire game. They'll fire their guns at you to try and distract you from their teammates. You know, it's a good strategy. Any ship can do it. Cruisers, destroyers, battleships, even aircraft carriers can too. Well, maybe you shouldn't do it in an aircraft carrier because they ain't got a lot of armor and they aren't that maneuverable. But anyway, I've linked back up with my team here. I'm just slowly recovering health. And now we're making our push from C into B. And this is a lemming, you know. there's no argument about that here. This is a complete Lemming train, and we've pushed through C, and now we're pushing into B as a team. You know, and we have the ship advantage because we all push at the same time. I got up there, I popped my hydro, and I believe I have hydro going, not just yet, I think when I round this corner I pop hydro. I had my hydro going, so I knew there was no enemy ships there. I communicated that to my team, and then we pushed forward. Now we're pushing into B, and there is a Richelieu, and I believe that's a Baltimore. I do have manual fire for secondaries on my curve first, and I chose the Baltimore to be for them to focus on. And here's some more torpedoes. That one scraped the paint off of my bow right there, but very, 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 very nice job, dodge, if I do say so myself. That probably would have wrecked me if that had hit. It wouldn't have killed him, but it would have drained a lot of my health because the curve first has completely crap torpedo protection. So I checked my kills. So I have 1 kill so far. Again, because this is from BadPanda's perspective, we're not getting the ribbons or the damage counter. So we don't know where I'm at right now, and I can't remember exactly how much damage I had done so far. I'm going to take a pot shot at that Baltimore. Curve first guns are the most accurate things in the world, but a couple of shots connect, and he goes behind the island and goes undetected just as he's about to die. But then he dies. My sectaries managed to just pummel that last couple of hundred health points off of his ship, and I get that kill. So second kill. Now we're pushing into B. Now there's a Minotaur and a Moskva and a Richelieu all coming up. And I'm at half health, but I'm gonna curve first. But Moskva and Minotaur has torpedoes, especially the Minotaur. So I do have this with a Jutland sailing with me, and I do have hydro on right now, by the way. I'm trying to get I think that's the again, in shotcut it looks like just a bunch of white pixels. I think it's a cruiser. Might have been the Minotaur that I was taking. Yeah, it was the Minotaur I was taking some pot shots at. Jutland dumps his torpedoes out, probably trying to get a torpedo on the Moskva. And I target the Moskva with my secondaries, and they start tearing into it. Moskva was a very tough ship, though. So you need something a bit bigger than secondaries to really deal with it. I get some good pins. I believe I was aiming at his superstructure because from this angle with the Moskva's armor, it's gonna bounce. I actually did get a Citadel right there. I think I somehow pinned him through his deck. And here comes the Minotaur. So I believe I switched my secondaries from the Moskva to the Minotaur here. Do I? I guess I didn't. Take a shot at him, and he's done. But not before he managed to dump a bunch of his torpedoes. These are single drop torpedoes, and look at this. Beautiful, beautiful dodge. It sounds like I'm tuning my own horn a lot here, but I mean, it was a good dodge. So now I'm pushing this Moskva. He's angled. I don't think he can get his torpedoes out from this angle. So I open my ship back up to where I can get my secondaries on him, and there's kill number 4. So now I'm 1 kill away from cracking. So there's a Richelieu up there, and there's another battleship way in the distance, but it's about to go down. And I'm thinking, oh, it's a Richelieu. It's a soggy baguette. And even BadPanda's in the chat right there. Get your cracking. So, you know, soggy baguette's coming up. You know, as much as I do like the Richelieu, the armor on it is not that great. And I'm just waiting for him to show me his stern, so I'm going to pin him up his stern. I did get some alright pins, but not good enough, so open up my secondaries on him. However, he's being concentrated pretty dang hard. He's opening up to me right now, so if I get my guns off on him, I'll probably delete him. But no, he gets killed before I can have the chance to. That's the same Yu Yang that was HE spamming me and got a bunch of torp hits on me. It's the same guy. So I'm like, well, he's kind of far away. Curve first guns. I'm probably not going to make this shot. But you know, I type in chat, "Come here, Yu Yang." Give him the full broadside. I'm not really expecting any of these to hit. And there we go. I got cracking. Got cracking as I called him out too. Great game for me. And guys, I just gotta say, this game made me so happy. I was coming off of an 11-game losing streak. This is the 12th game I had played that day, and it was just such a great game. And this is why I love the car first, because you can just throw it at the enemy team if you're smart about it, and you'll do well. And it's a great battleship to charge with, because you saw my team was stuck at sea. I got up there, I went through, and everyone followed through, and we pushed from C into B and stomped the enemy team on the way. So again, just a great game, and to show you that Lemmings can work. And again, thanks to BadPanda for sending this to me, because I did say in chat, man, I'm not recording now. This is a great game. He sent me the replay, so hats off to you, BadPanda, again. And he did a very good job in the Yamato on his side of the map, given the situation that he was dealt. He took out their car first too, and with a very lucky, I'm assuming that was a secondary fire, because I wouldn't expect him to be shooting HC in the Yamato. But again, great job, BadPanda, great job by my team. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you get those replays sent in, and you should start seeing them pop up on the channel sometime next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday's video. Just keep an eye out for them, and I'll make a post or mention in a video somewhere on how you guys can vote for your favorite replay, because again, whoever you vote for, they get $10 worth of doubloons. So it's not the first place reward, but still $10 of doubloons. It's $10 worth of doubloons. Use that to convert XP for the Alaska, or however if you want to buy a premium ship with it, or just save it. So again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like the video, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.